My dear follower, embark upon a journey to better understand the true essence of service. The concept of service, in its deepest sense, is an act of love and humility, a deliberate choice to put others before oneself. Living a life of service, however, is not merely about actions. Rather, it is about adopting a mindset that consistently looks beyond one's own needs and wants. It is about being mindful and intentional in finding ways to offer support and help to those in need. Consider the importance of acts of kindness in a life of service. These actions, whether large or small, often go unnoticed by the masses, yet hold immeasurable worth for those on the receiving end. Even a simple smile, a kind word, or a gentle gesture can bring light into the darkest of days for someone. These acts of kindness, while seemingly small, plant seeds of hope, courage, and strength in the hearts of those who receive them. Likewise, compassion is an intrinsic part of service. It is the capacity to empathize with the suffering of others, to feel their pain as your own, and to act upon that feeling with a desire to alleviate it. Compassion requires us to step out of our comfort zones, to reach out to others in their moments of vulnerability, and to offer them a hand to hold, a shoulder to lean on, or a listening ear. In essence, compassion is about being a beacon of hope in the lives of those who are navigating through the storms of life. Generosity, too, is an integral part of a life of service. It is about giving freely and abundantly, whether it's your time, resources, or skills. Generosity is not solely about material giving. It can also be about sharing your knowledge, your experiences, or your talents to benefit others. A generous heart finds joy in the act of giving and derives satisfaction in knowing that its actions have made a difference in someone else's life. Service is about putting the needs of others before your own, a demonstration of selflessness that is both rare and precious in today's world. It is about making a positive impact in the lives of those around you, in the lives of those who may be strangers, but are your brothers and sisters in this shared journey of life. The life of service is not an easy path. It requires sacrifice, patience, and perseverance. It may often feel like a thankless task, and there may be times when you may question the worth of your efforts. But remember, my dear follower, the value of service is not measured by the applause it receives, but by the hearts it touches. Walk this journey of service with faith and courage. Let your life be a testament to love, kindness, compassion, and generosity. And know that in serving others, you are not only making a difference in their lives, but also enriching your own soul. For as I have taught, it is more blessed to give than to receive. In the grand tapestry of life, each thread of service you weave adds to the beauty and richness of the whole. My dear ones, it is truly vital that we strive each day to nurture and develop a heart filled with empathy and compassion for our fellow beings. This is the cornerstone of a life lived in service to others, a life that echoes my teachings and exemplifies the love of our Heavenly Father. For when we open our hearts and minds to the experiences and emotions of those who are suffering or in need, we gain a deeper understanding of their challenges and hardships. It is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a profound emotional connection that allows us to perceive the world through their eyes. Empathy, my dear children, is not a trait we are born with, but rather a quality that we must consciously cultivate and foster within ourselves. It requires us to step outside the confines of our own experiences and perspectives, to set aside our judgments and preconceptions, and to truly immerse ourselves in the reality of another. This journey of empathy demands humility, patience, and most importantly, an openness to be transformed by the experiences and emotions of others. As we walk this path of empathy, we must also remember to cultivate compassion. Compassion is the natural outgrowth of empathy, the blossoming of a seed sown in the fertile soil of understanding and shared experience. It is the profound and abiding love that arises when we truly connect with the suffering of another, a love that moves us to action, that compels us to extend our hand in aid and comfort. But compassion is not merely a passive emotion. It is a dynamic force, a catalyst for change. It is the spark that ignites the flame of service, the drive that propels us to take action, to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Compassion is the bridge that connects us to others, and it is the fuel that powers our journey towards a more loving, more caring, more just world. Remember, my children, that each act of empathy and compassion, no matter how small, sends ripples of love and kindness out into the world. Each time we choose to listen with an open heart, each time we choose to respond with compassion, we not only lighten the burdens of others, but we also illuminate our own path, guiding us closer to the embodiment of divine love. So I implore you, my dear ones, to cultivate empathy and compassion within yourselves. Make it a daily practice, a sacred commitment. Seek to understand before seeking to be understood. Let compassion guide your actions and your words, for in doing so, you will not only be serving those in need, you will also be serving God. For as you do unto the least of these, so you do unto me. In this journey of developing empathy and compassion, let us remember that we are not alone. We have each other, and we have the love and guidance of our Heavenly Father, who is always with us, strengthening us, guiding us, and loving us every step of the way. My beloved follower, in this earthly realm, there exist boundless opportunities to extend your hand in service to others. It is often said that the greatest among you should be like the humblest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. As you seek to embody this divine principle, remember that service takes many forms and is not confined to grand gestures or significant commitments. Indeed, from offering your time and energy at local charities to lending a listening ear to a friend weighed down by life's challenges, myriad avenues allow you to touch the lives of others in meaningful ways. Consider this: the ways you serve should resonate with your unique skills, interests, and inherent values. Each of you has been bestowed with a distinctive set of talents, abilities, and passions intended not solely for your personal fulfillment, but also for the benefit of those around you. You might possess a knack for organizing, a heart for the underprivileged, a mind for strategizing, or a spirit for comforting. All these are valuable in the realm of service. Therefore, seek out activities that not only utilize these skills effectively, but also align with the values you hold dear. In doing so, not only do you bring forth a service of higher quality and passion, but you also find a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends the act itself. However, do not be daunted if the opportunities to serve seem out of reach or if your contribution appears insignificant. Remember, my dear follower, that even small acts of kindness are capable of inducing profound impacts on the lives of others. A mere smile, a comforting word, a shared meal, a sincere prayer, such simple gestures, though seemingly inconsequential, can provide immense solace, uplift spirits, and inspire hope. As you go about your daily life, be ever mindful of these opportunities to serve, for it is often within these ordinary moments that you can bring about extraordinary changes. Furthermore, commit to making a positive impact in your chosen areas of service. This commitment does not necessarily demand immense sacrifices or grandiose gestures. Rather, it is a call to consistent and meaningful action. Whether you commit to weekly volunteering, to aiding a neighbor in need, to advocating for a cause close to your heart, or simply to spreading kindness wherever you go, each act of service matters. Finally, through your service, remember to emulate my example of compassion, humility, and love, for it is in serving others that we truly serve God. Thus, as you strive to find ways to serve, remember that you are not alone in this endeavor. I am with you, guiding your steps and rejoicing in your acts of love. Through your service, you are living out your faith, embodying the teachings of love and compassion, and becoming a beacon of light in the world. My dear follower, the path to righteousness and fulfillment is not one that is found in the pursuit of self-interests, but rather in the service of others. A life of service is not one that is lived in solitude, but one intertwined with the lives of others, touching them in profound ways, and ultimately making a profound impact on the course of humanity. Making service a priority is not merely a statement, but rather a commitment, a pledge, a covenant that illuminates our path and guides us towards the fulfillment of our divine purpose. To live a life of service requires us to consciously make it a priority in our daily lives. This is not a passive commitment, but an active one, where we choose to set aside time and resources to engage in activities that benefit others. This could be volunteering regularly at a shelter, offering assistance to those less fortunate, or simply making a conscious effort to support a friend in need. Every act of service, no matter how small, carries the potential to make a significant difference in someone's life. Imagine the impact of a kind word, a comforting smile, or a helping hand extended to someone in their moment of distress. It is in these moments of sincere service that we truly experience the sense of fulfillment that is beyond any materialistic gain. By prioritizing service, we make a solemn commitment to putting the well-being of others at the forefront of our actions. This means that our actions are not dictated by self-interest, but by the desire to uplift others. We become less concerned with what we can gain and more focused on what we can give. It shifts our perspective from being self-centered to being other-centered. However, prioritizing service doesn't mean neglecting one's own needs. It is about finding a balance where we are able to meet our own needs while also extending ourselves to meet the needs of others. It is in this delicate balance that we find our true calling and purpose. Remember, when we serve others, we are not just serving them, but we are serving the divine, for every act of service is an act of worship. As you make service a priority, let it not be a burden, but a joy, for it is in serving others that we find our true happiness and fulfillment. So I encourage you today to make service a priority. Look around you, see who needs your help, and make a conscious effort to reach out to them. Extend your hand in service, for it is through serving others that we find our own salvation. My dear follower, I urge you to consider the profound virtues of a life rooted in service, for it is a path that, while certainly not without its trials, can bestow upon you immeasurable rewards. Embracing the rewards of service is an act of faith, a conscious decision to give of oneself to others, not in the expectation of earthly gain, but in the knowledge that such actions echo in eternity. At first glance, a life of service may seem daunting. It may require sacrifices, stepping out of your comfort zone, and confronting challenges head-on. It asks for an open heart and a willing spirit, the courage to stand in another's shoes, and the humility to understand their needs. But know this, my child, it is in the face of these sacrifices and challenges, when the road seems hardest, that the true rewards of service begin to reveal themselves. The rewards of service are not materialistic. They are not something that can be touched or held, nor can they be quantified in worldly terms. Instead, they are rewards of the spirit, of the heart, and of the soul. They are the quiet peace that descends upon you when you've eased another's burden, the joy that fills your heart when you see the positive impact of your actions, the strength that you discover within yourself when you rise to meet a challenge. One of the most profound rewards of service is the sense of fulfillment it brings. When you engage in acts of service, you become a vessel of love and kindness, and there is no greater fulfillment than knowing you've contributed to the well-being of another. It is a fulfillment that transcends the transient pleasures of the world and taps into a deeper, more abiding joy. Service also bestows upon you a sense of purpose. In a world often focused on personal gain and ambition, service shifts the focus outward towards the needs of others. This shift in perspective is powerful, my child. It allows you to see the world through a lens of compassion and empathy, and to find purpose in the act of lifting others up. Your purpose becomes interwoven with the well-being of those you serve, and this gives your life a meaning that is far-reaching and profound. Furthermore, a life of service provides a unique opportunity for personal growth and transformation. Each act of service, each challenge faced, and each sacrifice made becomes a stepping stone on your journey of spiritual evolution. You learn patience through understanding, kindness through compassion, and strength through resilience. These are not just lessons, but transformative experiences that mold you, shape you, and ultimately redefine who you are. So, my dear follower, I invite you to embrace the rewards of service, for in doing so, you not only make a positive impact on the world around you, but you also embark on a journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. Remember, it is in giving that we receive. This is a divine paradox that reveals the true beauty of a life of service. Let your life be a testament to this truth, and may your service be a beacon of hope for those you encounter on your journey.